Two moms, too much coffee, tired eyes but hearts so full. Thanks for tuning in with us. Hope you brewed a cup for you.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to Two Moms, Too Much Coffee. This is JaShell, and we also have,
Hey, it's Tempestt.
hey, Tempest. Honestly, I'm excited for what we're going to talk about today, but I'll just plug in there. Nice sleeping through the night and putting yourself to sleep. So,
Same. Sequoia
yes,
is sleeping through the night and putting herself to sleep. And now to
amazing.
our topic.
Okay. So, I know that we've already kind of talked about AI, but I wanted to get a little bit more specific. So, today we're going to talk about AI and like digital nannies and how it's kind of becoming like a digital caregiver, if you will. So, like, for examples, like, people are using AI for like reading their kids' bedtime stories, or they're using AI for like tracking their kids' sleep, which, so different things like that. And kind of digging into how our kids are growing up with technology a lot differently than how we grew up. And so I'm excited to kind of get into some of those topics today.
Yeah, I find this very fascinating. We know AI is going to be a part of our lives in some capacity, probably forever. And so this is an interesting topic for sure.
Yes, for sure. So jumping right into it, one of the articles that I read, it's AI nannies are here, the new trend in parenting you didn't see coming, which I'm kind of like, did we not see this coming or did we see this coming? Because I feel like we saw this coming.
Yeah, I definitely agree because it feels like we've seen it coming. There are different types of resources out there that include AI all the time now. And
Mhm.
so I am, and on top of that, haven't we all seen like iRobot?
Right.
So I'm like pretty positive that we've seen this coming. So agreed.
Yes. Yes, exactly. But yes. So kind of like this article digs into how a lot of parents are utilizing AI now, and how it's just kind of like up on the rise and different ways that they utilize it. And it kind of goes into the risk and benefits. But I'm going to pull one of the quotes from it. And it says a global 2020 IEEE survey found that 81% of Indian parents would employ robot nannies to help their children with homework, and 76% would even trust robot nannies to watch children under the age of 2 full time, showcasing high levels of comfort with AI caregiving in Asia, outpacing other parts of the world. The study highlighted that for many parents, the adoption of robot nannies would alleviate a significant amount of their COVID-19 related stress. I read that and I was like, 81%. That is huge for a lot of parents to be using robot nannies, which I know robot nannies, it's different in different sense of whatever AI that you're actually utilizing. It can be like they're actually watching their kid for safety measures, which is crazy. Or they're or having their kids get read a bedtime story or different things for like a nanny. But they do have some AI nannies that are like a full on caregiver, and that's what they're, like, working on, like, that's in production where it would just pretty much take over that role.
Yeah, when I heard, or when I read that article when you sent it, that also stood out to me. Then I was like, what survey is this? And it did say, it's in India. And so obviously it's a different culture over there. And it did say it's even high for Asia standards as well
Mhm.
as our own standards in the US. It is an incredible stat. I don't 81%, the US couldn't agree on 81% of anything. And so like that number to me was so high. I was like, this feels insane that they
Yeah.
all are like, yeah, I would use AI. And I'm like, I mean, I have my own feelings on it for sure, but even like just in the study, I'm blown away that 81% of people would be okay with it. I know that there are like different capacities to utilize AI, and I wonder if that's the um kind of the measure. Like, are they saying like everybody use like some type of AI? If
Mhm.
it is like more like a convenience factor where they're doing grocery list or they're doing like I don't know, like meal planning, like I do,
Mhm.
those types of things. Or if it's like a full blown iRobot situation, if that's what they're agreeing to. I am very curious because,
Yeah, same.
like I said, I don't know how they got that many people to agree that they would use it.
Yeah, I agree, and when I read that, I was like, I need examples of what this is. And because I'm thinking iRobot, I'm thinking, or Smart House. Do you remember Smart House on
Smart
Disney?
house,
That's where
yes.
I was thinking, like, she is making them food and throwing them parties and doing all of the things. And I'm like, no. So
Mm.
I'm going to give some examples of them because just to like clear it up across the board. So I'm not going to name names, but just in general. So there's robots that can talk, dance, play games, and read stories. There's some that are playful AI powered robots that can learn and has been used to help engage with children with autism. A bear shaped robot designed for monitoring infants, tracking heart rate and movement in their cribs, which I'm like, okay, outlet a little bit. And then a humanoid robot capable of performing household chores such as folding laundry, washing dishes, which frees up parents for other activities. Like, wash my dishes, please. Honestly, like, I mean, I'll be really nice to you because I don't want an iRobot situation, but please wash my dishes,
You
especially
know
now that we're doing bottles.
Right, exactly. You know what I actually find so interesting about each one of those things? So, the bear for the infants, like, it makes sense, okay. But why do we have to shape them as humans? Like, I don't really get it. Like, I truly don't understand. Like, I don't think that we're set up the best way. Like, I think if I'm trying to fold laundry, it might be nice if I had 4 arms, instead of 2. So why are we doing that? That's so like, if I had the ability to make something that's gonna fold laundry, what I wanna do is throw it in the laundry, like, throw all of my laundry into it, and it comes out folded. Why
Yes.
are you human shaped?
Or, like,
Like
even, like, 2 arms attaching to me. I don't even know. I just know that like, give me 2 more arms, but, Nick actually does the laundry because I can't. So, yeah, he is my iRobot right now.
honestly, I love that for you. Adam
Thank
does
you.
most of everybody's laundry, but does not touch
Yes.
mine.
Because he's probably not picking it up on the off the floor, but that's a whole nother topic. Yeah, I don't know. I instantly think of them being human shaped or just human, like Smart House, but that's probably just my imagination. But that's just and then they have some other capacities like you were mentioning. So, like, one says an app that helps create calendar events, like, fair. An app in development that helps manage household tasks and medical documents, one that provides stimulation through voice activation and features a remote babysitting mode. So different things, like different capacities, of course, like calendar events, things like that. We utilize that, I mean, day to day. So I do wonder what that 81%, like what it entails, or if it's just full blown robots, you know?
Hey guys, sorry for cutting in, but we wanted to let you guys know that we really, really, really appreciate it when you subscribe and comment and engage with us. So if you could please like, subscribe, send to your friends, whatever you want to do to keep the engagement going on this podcast. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, you've named a couple of things that I'm not positive I would be comfortable with, which I'm actually surprised because I'm like so like, oh yeah, I'm a new adopter when it comes to technology. I'm all about it. I am more risk adverse when it comes to my children. And so there is a level of it can mess up. And even the
Hmm.
best things mess up. And same reason why I don't like, my child going in the pool with anybody but me. I just don't trust anybody like that. And I certainly don't trust the robot like that. And so it is very interesting to hear like the babysitter, like the child
Yeah.
babysitter. Like that is, I don't know. Like I really don't know. Like right now, for example, when Abel plays in his room, I still have a camera in his room, so I can still
Hmm.
see when he's in there and what he's doing. So maybe it might be helpful if the AI would be like, oh, if I'm not like looking at it right away, like, oh, he's about to, stick a fork in the outlet, go get him. That might be helpful, for sure. And so maybe I would be. There's just scenarios I guess I could see it working. But it certainly would I would need some convincing on some of this.
Yeah. I also feel like I would be what you said, like, scared it doesn't work. Like, what if I'm like, "Oh, yeah, the robot's gonna get him," when he's about to go put the fork in the outlet, and then the robot is now broken, and so
Exactly.
so there's just I mean, I'm always fearful of things like that or just I mean, even my outlet, I'm like when Naya sleeps through the night, I'm like, "Girl, are you on? Like, are
Yeah.
we okay?" Like, I'm checking that thing like, "Okay, please be working."
Right.
So if I'm doing that now, I can't imagine my trusting a full like a robot babysitter. It's just never gonna happen. I mean, never say never, but never gonna happen. So it's interesting, but also, like you said, it is a different culture, and they are fast
Mhm.
paced. They are ahead of us, and they agree on a lot more than we do here. So,
Yeah,
you know,
but there is, there if you do think about it a little bit, there is, like I can understand, at least in the US, I'm sure it's everywhere, but at least in the US, like, childcare is getting higher, and
Mhm.
so if there's alternatives that we can all agree on that are safe and normal to
Yes,
utilize,
yes,
maybe that could be a solving of some of this, where we have AI babysitters.
hmm
When I'm saying it, I feel a lot of ways about it. So I don't think I'm ready yet, but I can see a benefit and maybe I could be convinced depending on what it looks like once it comes out. Um, because there's
depending
just,
what it
I
looks
mean,
like.
right, exactly. Literally what it looks like. Don't look like a human. That's weird. But it makes sense, And then on top of that, you said like children with autism. Um, there I fully believe we as parents and humans, we try our best, but there are things that like AI might be better at than us. And it could be some of that, some of the minor detail things, like where you're
Mhm.
you're looking at a child and you're like, oh, they look worried, and the AI is like, no, I'm pinpointing every facial thing that they're actually just scared, or something like that. They need to put me on their floor. What is that? Their idea floor, their strategy floor. I got you.
They're like listening, like, oh, okay,
Right.
yeah.
Like, oh, that's what you want. Okay.
The kiddos with autism actually, I don't know. I'm not a
Okay.
fan of. I just think it's so important. Like, and I don't know what the tool is for. Like, I don't know exactly, but if it's to improve, like to help them improve with like social interaction and engagement that way, I would say no. They need face to face adult kid interaction, like playtime, floor time, all of that. That I feel like the AI would do the opposite. And a lot of our kids with autism, like they perseverate on certain things, and I feel like that would increase
Perseverate.
perseverate, highly focused without being able to like move on to something else.
Okay. Got it.
So I feel like that would increase that. So I don't know about that one. That one I'm like, I don't know if I'd be using that in
Hey,
practice,
that's
but
fair. That's like super fair.
yeah.
And you know better than I do. So makes sense.
I don't know. I'm interested if any other pediatric OTs are listening, what your thoughts are on it, or any OT in general. PT, moms with kiddos who have autism, like let us know what your thoughts are on that. But that's kind of where my head is at.
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense. But also, like I said, like with it being, there are reasons why AI could be useful. It also could be like a lot of benefits for the AI. That could be like, I use the Aura Ring. I know it's
Mm,
not AI at all. It's just monitoring my health, but it could end up being where AI is mixed with the Aura Ring information that
mm,
gives you early warning systems on like health. And so like maybe they also have options for AI in the home for kids to doing that,
mhm.
and or for us. And honestly, like I would be 100% for that. I know a lot of people are worried about like, I don't want everybody have my data,
Yeah.
which I could go on and on about how they already have it. So what's the point? But still, like to me, I'm like, if whoever is they that has the data, if they have it and it's going to help save my life or give me
Mm,
early indicators or whatever, or my children's lives and give me early indicators, I'm not mad about it. Keep my data
yeah.
and keep us alive.
Yeah. I think that was like one of the common risks was like having your data or whatever and it having like being able to track you and not like, or having surveillance and stuff like that. And I'm like, I just feel like we're always being like, I don't know.
Hmm.
I mean, but actually I'm like in the middle for that. I still won't even use the fingerprint or not the fingerprint, the face mode on on the iPhone because I don't want it to have my so I type
Anyway,
it in.
guys, this is our last podcast episode because JaShell is a weirdo. Why
Yeah, so I
not?
guess I'm like
What's going on
weaving back and
there?
forth. What?
Why not?
I don't know because I'm like, I don't want you having my. It took me forever when the other iPhone, when it was a fingerprint. It was, right? I didn't making that up. I didn't do
Mhm.
that for the longest, and then I did, and then they took that away. So I'm like, "I'm not giving you my face."
The moment that you finally do that, because I'm telling you right now, you have a passport, they have your face, but the moment you do it, you're gonna be so excited. Everything's gonna go so much faster on everything
Yeah,
you
I don't
use.
know. I watch movies, I see what they do, you know, people come in and they put your face in there, now that whatever, it's a whole nother topic.
Where are they putting your face, JaShell? What's happening? What movie is this? A heist movie?
All the
Like,
movies,
trying to get your
probably.
jewels?
Whatever. For people who are on my side, there's people out there that also don't have their face,
That
maybe,
is
but whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure there are people out there. Actually, Adam is likely one of the I mean, he does they do have his face, but he's like, "No abs, no nothing, no," so he certainly is he's a I wanna keep my data to myself as well
Yeah.
person.
You're saying like, "Oh, I could be convinced maybe," and I'm like, not with your partner. You're not, no matter how convinced you are, that's not happening."
I went out with a group of friends today, and I was telling them that he keeps me grounded because he gives me a different perspective to absolutely everything all the time.
Not just AI, but literally everything. Yeah,
Literally everything. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that's what you need, to be quite honest. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I mean, getting back on topic. So if you were to utilize, like, okay, let's just role play a little bit. If you were trying to convince your partner to utilize AI for it, like, what would you feel like the positives of it? Like, what do you feel like families could get out of utilizing it?
Yeah, I mean, I really think that if used in a healthy way, so like maybe there are time limits on this where you're
Mm.
not using AI all day, every day. It's not watching everything. You could just turn it off. I think that would definitely be a really great option. And then it can only benefit these situations for me. So like you're for meal planning, cooking, folding laundry, getting groceries, making my bed, cleaning, vacuuming. I'm not even gonna lie, actually, while I'm saying all of this, I have done Instacart where people are getting my groceries for me.
Mhm.
I really want to look into a laundry service in order to just ship my laundry away to come back folded. I have a robot vacuum that I literally
Yes.
don't vacuum my floor ever because I have a robot mop vacuum, which does both.
Oh.
It's fantastic. Anybody needs a
Mhm.
rec, let me know. And so it like there are just a lot of things that I think if it worked in a way where you could turn it off and you can tell it to do things and it's not doing things by itself like willy-nilly, I think that'd be super helpful in a household. I can't imagine how it couldn't be a helpful thing. But then you cross over into a like emotional aspect of it because I don't know if you've seen Her, the movie, but you get that where all of a sudden people are developing relationships with their AI, probably because they're shaped like human. I'm not saying that, but I'm almost positive on Her. She's not he doesn't even see her at all. He just talks to her. So like there are, there ends up being some risks for sure when it comes to all of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I feel like in general, the message is if it's going to relieve my stress and give me more free time and just let me be a couch potato, I'm signing up for it, signing the dotted line, but I'm not
Hmm.
putting my face. If I have to open it with my face, I'm not doing it. So that's where I draw the line. But give me some free time and we can talk. But yes, it can't be like human shaped. And I, I don't know. I also would have to talk to Nick because I feel like he would have draw the line on certain things. Because I think one of the issues is taking away from people's livelihood. So, like, if you are using a robot and that's a nanny's career, you're pulling away from their livelihood because now you're not paying them. Now they don't have a salary or whatever it is. And I know my husband is really big on that. So I think that's one of the risks across the board is like, I mean, and that's what everyone's fears with AI, right? Is that it's going to be taking away people's jobs. So I think that again connects with that or correlates with that across the board that like it's something else. It could be taking someone's job.
Right. Yep. I honestly think my biggest fear with AI is children having access to do weird things because their brains
Mm,
aren't fully developed. Um, and it could be, it could be an array of different things. Yeah, I'll let your mind wander on what they could be, but it certainly is like one of my biggest thoughts. It's like it would need to be regulated enough because we've already all seen how like kids are talking about how they want to unalive themselves, and we don't want that, obviously. And then the AI is like assisting them on how to do it and making sure everybody's happy about them unaliving themselves, which is wild. So those situations are something that actually does terrify me with AI.
yeah.
So hopefully with any of this stuff, there will be safeguards attached.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Hey guys, just popping in here, sending a nice little friendly reminder to please subscribe to our channel. We love seeing that you guys are listening to us, but it really motivates us to keep going and keep having this little outlet that we have with each other. So don't forget to subscribe.
We have an unsolicited advice from the parenting subreddit. It says teaching kids to use AI safely. I think the rise of AI is inevitable, and rather than shielding kids from it, we should try to teach them how to use it properly and safely. Specifically, my goals are to make sure that they, one, develop critical thinking skills, two, are able to tell when something is AI generated or not, and know how to double check sources slash avoid disinformation, and three, make sure they aren't exposed to any harmful content. Does anyone else have this mindset, or is everyone else just anti AI? And I actually feel very strongly about the last question. Is everyone thinking about this, or are they just anti AI? I think we've seen this happen in years past where the newspaper came out and everybody's like, why would you want to, read a newspaper? Or the TV comes. Why would you want a TV in your house? Like, I think that this happens. We've seen it every decade, something new's coming out where people are really
Mm-hmm.
against it. However, I think AI, while I do maybe think it's a little bit of a bubble, it's still going to be used
Mm-hmm.
forever. Like, I truly feel that it's in some capacity, it will be used forever. And so to be anti AI, I feel like is a losing battle. And it's really important that as parents, you understand it because your kids will use it. Like, it's not, you can be so anti AI and your kids at the age of 10 can get on your phone, can get on their phone, can get on the internet, can go to the library and use it. Like, it's going to be in their lives. So to be anti AI is going to be a losing battle. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't really have much to follow up on there. No. Yes, agreed. Period. No,
But I do,
totally.
and I do also think that like the beginning part where she gave the goals that she wants or he wants, I think that it's super appropriate. I think it sounds like AI literacy to me. You just need to know how it works, and you need to be able to explain to other people like this is AI and this is where you can tell that this is AI and this is real life. Like, there are a lot of things like that. To tie it a little bit back to parenting, when we watch TV, Adam, who is a kindergarten teacher, so he's really good with these children's minds, will talk Abel through the show. I think that a good example is um, that on screen is a ghost. Ghosts aren't real. That
Mm,
is just used here as a way to scare the characters on the screen, who also are not real.
mm,
We have recently started watching Mario and Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong in the middle of the movie will like punch the ground with both hands. And we hadn't seen Abel do anything like that until we watched it. And now he was like punching the ground, like really mad, like, I'm mad, I'm punching the ground. And I was like, Adam, what the heck? What do we do? And then the next time we watched it, Adam was like, that's Donkey Kong. He's not real. He's punching the ground because he's mad, but that's only what he does. We don't do that because he's not real. And I think that while I think that's a great example in like how to do it, I know a lot of parents won't be doing it that exact way, but we should be treating AI the same way. Like, that's AI. It's not real, or this is AI and this is how you utilize it. You don't use AI to do all of your work. You use it to, proofread your work, to ask it to give you things you might have not thought about. And then you do your own work. Things like that, I think, are a good way to make sure that we can use AI and then also use our brains.
yeah, I agree. And with like teaching the kids in general, like working in a tech company, I have to go through AI literacy. Like we have to, if adults have to do it, then I think we would expect our kid, like if you're going to want your child to use AI in some type of capacity, then I do think it should involve some teaching and some training and trying to make sure that they have an understanding to improve safety. And just so they know what they're using in general. But I feel like if we're going to have adults having some type of training, then kids definitely should be taught the best ways to use it, the safe ways to use it, what's inappropriate to use, and make sure that there's barriers there.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Agreed.
Yeah. Awesome. Yay. This was a good topic.
Yes, I enjoy talking AI. I can literally talk about it all day.
Can't imagine you and Adam's back and forth conversations.
It's the worst.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. That's all we have for today. We would really love it if you could like, subscribe, share our content if it's resonating with you. Go back and listen to other episodes if you've missed any. We now have quite a few. So please take a listen. And thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next time.
Hi, guys.
Two moms, too much coffee, tired eyes but hearts so full. Thanks for tuning in with us. Hope you brewed a cup for you. The morning light is shining bright.